Hi everyone, it's Chris Gill here, aka Just a Person. And since this is my first actual commentary video on this channel, because it's recent, this channel I made is recent, the first topic I like to talk about is Karens and why they are annoying as hell. For those of you who don't know, the word Karen is often used as a meme to describe middle-aged white women who act like bitches. I apologize for the swearing and stuff, but I think it's necessary. For example, if a woman calls the cops on you just because she doesn't like you and has no other reason, then she is considered a Karen. Or if she tries to take your YouTube channel down just because she doesn't like your content, she too will be considered a Karen. So basically, Karens are just women who act like bitches, essentially. And again, I apologize for the swearing. Yeah. As to why they're annoying, Karens are supposed to be full-grown women, but when they go out in public, they act like spoiled kids when they don't get their way. It's annoying as hell. You're supposed to be a grown woman, yet you make a big dramatic show out of something that's very, very small. Or you just act entitled. That kind of behavior is so annoying, especially when you're an adult, a full-grown woman. But if something doesn't go your way, or you don't like someone for whatever reason, you decide to just make a big production, so to speak, out of it. That is annoying as hell. That is why nobody likes you, Karens. Although at the same time, it's because of childish behavior, especially when Karens are out in public. It can be considered funny as well because Karens are so childish, even though they're supposed to be full-grown women. Yeah. So yeah, every time I hear a Karen story or someone has an encounter with a Karen story, while I do get annoyed with it, with how over the top they are, at the same time I have to laugh because Karens can be so annoying to the point where they're just hilarious. I can't even take them seriously sometimes with how over the top and immature they behave. And what makes this worse is that some of these Karens have children of their own, and their own children can sometimes act more mature than they are. That's really sad to the point that it's funny. You'd think it'd be the child throwing the fit around, but no. It's the adult woman, aka Karen, that's having the childish temper tantrum just because she doesn't like someone or things don't go the way she expects them to. It's just so annoying that they have to act like bitches and be so immature just because of the circumstances that they feel are not in their favor. And to quote Just a Robot, "Toughen up, cookies. The world is not a nice place." Or at least he says something along those lines. Anyway, but yeah. That's why most people find Karens to be annoying yet hilarious at the same time. Because Karens are women that are supposed to be adults, yet they act so immature, especially when they're in public, and even worse if they have children with them. Yet they make a big stink out of very small situations. And most of the time, well, sometimes they usually end up getting arrested because they like to act so immature that they're willing to break the law just to try and get what they want. They don't always succeed, if at all. So yeah. So essentially, Karens are middle-aged women that act like spoiled bitches or entitled brats, whatever you prefer. Yeah. sorry if I'm not explaining this as well as I could. It's just I've been trying to think of a way to do it for a while, but so far I hadn't come up with anything until now. Yeah. So that's essentially why Karens are not really liked by anyone other than other Karens. 'Cause Karens act like bitches. They go out in public, especially if they have kids with them. They act like immature. They act very immature, especially if they have kids around. So Karens are essentially just really annoying, full-grown women that think that they deserve everything, or they just want to act like bitches just because. And again, also, by the way, if you get offended by the word Karen, you probably are a Karen, and that's very sad. Because yeah, I recently heard that people who get offended by the word Karen, which, like I said earlier, was used as a meme to describe middle-aged white women who act like bitches, essentially. Yeah, like I said, I heard women who get offended by that are trying to get it banned, which is sad, which means that tells me that they are most likely Karens and they don't want people knowing the truth about them. So yeah, seriously, if you get offended by something like that, you really are a Karen, and it's very sad, to the point where I have to laugh. Seriously. You get offended over the Karen meme, it's just sad, it's pathetic. And again, you wouldn't even be called Karens. No one would call you that if you acted like the adult that you're supposed to be, especially when you're in public and then if you have children with you. Don't act like a bitch. Don't act so immature to the point where your own children, if you have any, will be embarrassed by you. Because yeah, so if you don't want to get offended by the Karen meme or being called a Karen yourself, don't act so immaturely. It's especially when you're in public. I'm really sorry for repeating myself, but I think it needs to be said. It bears repeating. You wouldn't be getting called a Karen if you did not act the way you do. So yeah, I'm gonna end the video off here. So this was my first actual commentary video on this channel. So like I said, it's fairly new. Let me know what you thought of this video in the comment section down below. This is just a person signing out. Peace. I mean, Chris Gill, aka just a person signing out. Peace.